we also love pie. So when we cook pie, you know, it's a disaster in the kitchen. There's flour and butter and eggs everywhere. So if we're going to, you know, destroy the kitchen, we might as well bake a lot of pies. So typically what we'll do, our favorites are pumpkin and buttermilk. So we will make lots and lots of pumpkin pies, lots and lots of buttermilk pies. And, you know, we really like healthy servings, so we cut ours into eighths. All right, so, you know, we're not going to cut them into 16ths. That's just too small. So we cut our pies into 8 sections, and then everybody gets an eighth pie. And then they keep eating, and then they keep eating, and then they keep eating. So I want to show you an example of what it looks like on my table after we had cooked all the pies and after we had eaten all of the pies. Here, I'll show you. Here's the table. And let me divide it in half because this side was the pumpkin pie. And then this was the buttermilk pie. So good. Buttermilk pie. Oh, greatest. All right, so we had the pumpkin pie. And like I said, cut it into 8 sections. And then, all of that one was still there. Next one's cut into eighths. You can draw a circle, cut it in half. Cut it in half again, it's fourths, and then cut those sections in half, and you have eighths. Like I said, all of these sections were still there. So we had all of the pumpkin pie remaining. Now, over here, we had eaten a few slices of it, and this is all that remained. So we've eaten 1, 2, 3 slices. Now over here on the buttermilk section, we also had 2 pies. Also cut into eighths. Remember, when you're cutting anything into eighths, you just half, half, half. All right, and all of the buttermilk pie was still there for this one. You see that all of that pie is still there. Now the other buttermilk pie also cut into eighths, half, 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 we have eighths. There were only 2 sections remaining. 2 slices of buttermilk pie left. And that's because I am the buttermilk pie monster. I like just start eating it and I can't stop eating it. And it's not really until I feel like I'm going to be sick that I stop eating buttermilk pie, because it's like one of the greatest things that was ever invented. So what I wanted to do at the end of the night was figure out how much total pie we had left. So I have 1 pie here, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections, 5 parts, where I would need 8 to make another whole. Said differently, this is 5/8 of the pumpkin pie.
It's the year-end sales event with the 4.
Great time for tradition.
And I wanted to figure out, if I added the buttermilk pies and the pumpkin pies, how many total slices we had. So I have this 1 whole pie, and I only have 2 slices where 8 would make a complete pie over here. So how would I add these? Well, I could look at my visualization. I have 1, 2 whole pies, 2 whole pies. All right, so that was easy. Check, check. So I know I'm going to have 2. But what about the fractional pieces? Well, to save space so I can clean this pan, I'm going to move these 2 slices of buttermilk pie and put it in with the pumpkin pie. Okay, so now I'm going to clean this. Put it in the dishwasher. Lots of hot water to get all the sugar off. Okay, all right, cool. So I have the 1, 2. I already did that part, but how much do I have over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 parts where 8 would have made another hole. I think we just inadvertently figured out, or accidentally figured out, how to solve addition fraction challenges when you have mixed numbers involved. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 5/8 plus 2/8 equals 7/8. So you add the whole numbers and the fractions separately. Oh, okay, okay. So let me try a different one. See if I have this down. So if I had 3 1/5 and I wanted to add it to 4 2/5, what would the answer be? Well, let me remember what I did up here. I added the whole numbers first. So I'll take my whole numbers and do 3 plus 4. And then I'll take my 2 fractions and add those. Plus 1/5 plus 2/5. When they're next to each other, it's easier for me to visually see what to do. 3 plus 4 is 7. 1/5 plus 2/5, I'll still be out of 5. But I'll have 1 plus 2 pieces, which gives me 3 parts. 7 3/5. So adding mixed numbers is no different from adding fractions. I mean, you just add the fractional pieces, but then the whole number pieces, you just add those separately. So adding mixed numbers requires that you add the whole numbers together and you add the fractions together separately and then put it back together. Just like we did here. 1 5/8 plus 1 2/8. I added 1. I added 1. I got 2. 5 plus 2 gives me 7 parts, still out of 8. So that was the answer there. Down here, you can see I actually separated it out for you. So instead of having 3 1/5 together, I just put the 2 whole numbers together and the 2 fractions